There are three things you must do if you're going to protect your business from the COVID shutdown. And I'm going to tell you about them in this video. Hi, I'm bankruptcy attorney Dan Scott, and I help many businesses survive during difficult economic times. Today, I want to talk with you about three things that you absolutely must do if you're going to keep your business after the COVID shutdown. Number one, you've got to protect your cash. You've got to protect your cash. We're in 3 months of shutdown, and we're trying to get the economy open in Tennessee, and there's pent-up demand, and you may get all kinds of business right here all of a sudden the last week of May, in June. But the one thing you must do is you must protect your cash, because your cash is one thing that you have to have if you're going to survive. Now, no doubt during the shutdown, you've amassed some bills. You know, you weren't able to pay your bills as they became due. Maybe you contacted your lenders and you asked them, could you give me a 90, 120-day forbearance? Maybe you asked them, could they let you just pay interest on your loans during the next 90 or 120 days? Some of your vendors, you may have just called your vendors and said, look, I'm doing everything I know how. I don't think I can pay you this month or next month, but I'm going to try. Listen, don't let this rush of cash give you the feeling that the COVID shutdown is over. Now, it may be over in the general sense, but believe me, as quick as we open back up the economy, we can shut it back down. I don't mean me now, I'm talking about the government, because they did it just like that. You remember the day? Boy, I remember the day. I said, what? Maybe you said the same thing. So you've got to protect your cash. So make sure that when you're spending money, make sure it's money to vendors, suppliers, to lenders that will help you stay alive, that will help you have a business, that will help you be able to survive. You know, one of the keys to having a business at all, once we get through all the COVID craziness, is you've got to be one of the people standing. You see that I want to be the last man standing. You've got to be able to be standing. And you can't be standing with no cash. And I know maybe you're saying, well, Dan, that's obvious. I thought you were going to tell me some secrets. Well, it may be obvious, but I want to reinforce it, because here's the deal. With no money, you have no business. We just got through seeing Hertz file bankruptcy. Who would have ever thought a company the size of Hertz would be in a bankruptcy case? Guess what? They decided to file bankruptcy so they could conserve what cash they had, not pay it out to their lessors on their vehicles, so that maybe they can get on the other side of the COVID shutdown. So that's number one. The second thing is, become laser focused on systems. Become laser focused on your systems. You said, Dan, I don't know what that means. Well, here's what I'm talking about. If you have looked at the way you provide your services or your products to your customers during the shutdown, most likely, if you looked at it candidly, you saw some things that could be improved. What I'm telling you is, make sure that you improve those things and get rid of the waste. The places where customers fall out in the cracks, the places where you have problems with particular products. You know, who's to say that you've got to carry all the products today that you carried when we got into this thing in March? Who says that? You've got a chance to remake your business, provided you, remember number one, protect the cash. So put laser focus on your systems. One of the systems you really need to pay attention to, and you really need to refine, is your customer getting systems. You know, you have a system of some kind to get customers to come into your store, to come into your business, or maybe to call your business on the phone. Do you have a system that you can say is repeatable, that your folks know how it's going to happen from the time they get there, from the time they make the call, all the way through the delivery of the service? If you don't, that needs to be documented. Because here's the thing. You've got to make sure that there's no seepage in that system. You know, I think about a bucket of water, right? And you know, you've seen them before. You've got this bucket of water and there's holes in it, and you pour the water in and there's holes out the side and the water just keeps pouring out the side. That's what happens if you don't pay attention to your systems. So secret number 2 is pay attention to your systems. And secret number 3, if you're going to have a business that survives the COVID shutdown, is communicate with your customers. Communicate with your customers. You know, one thing that I think we need to be reminded as business owners, I'm a business owner, sometimes I think we need to be reminded that our customers are not obligated to come back to our store. They're not obligated to do business with us. They could go to a competitor. Or maybe they just quit buying your product altogether. Communicate with your customers. Let them know that you're still here. You know, through the beauty of Facebook, if you could call Facebook beautiful, you can communicate with your customers in a very targeted way to let them know, look, you're here. You're still ready to serve them. If you're doing a paper newsletter, make sure you keep doing those things. That's not a place that you're going to be wanting to cut down. You've got to communicate with your customers. Why? You want them to want to come back to your business. You want them to want to come back and do business with you rather than the guy down the street. See, that's the deal. That's the deal, because what's going to happen is these other competitors, the competitors you had before, you may have less of them, right? Because they may not have done as good a job focusing on number 1, watching your cash, focusing on number 2, paying attention to your systems. But they might not have been communicating to their customers, but they might have been communicating to yours. So you've got to communicate with your customers. These three things create the highest chance that your business will survive after the COVID shutdown. I don't know whether it will. I'm hoping it will, because I want your business to survive. So pay attention to these things. Get laser focused. And let's get through this thing together. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, would you go ahead and subscribe to our channel? And that way we can let you know when we post additional videos. We do that pretty much all the time. Thanks for watching.